The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears.
Thank you, but if Morrigan doesn't wish to join us...
Her magic will be useful. Even better, she knows the wilds and how to get past the Horde.
Have I no say in this?
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
Was this your idea all along?
Pardon me, but I had the impression that you two needed assistance, whatever the form.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite Ferelden against the Darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the Blight. Even I.
I... understand.
And you, Wardens, do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
I understand.
Allow me to get my things, if you please. I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. It is not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
No, I prefer that you speak your mind.
You will regret saying that.
Dear, sweet mother, you are so kind to cast me out like this. How fondly I shall remember this moment.
Well, I always said, if you want something done, do it yourself. Or hear about it for a decade or two afterwards.
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says so?
We need all the help we can get at this point.
I guess you're right. The Grey Wardens have always taken allies where they could find them.
I am so pleased to have your approval.
I think we should get underway.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the Blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
Alright, so with that, the very central quest of the entire game is given, which is to build an army to fight against the Blight, now that the King's army has fallen due to Terran Logain's treachery. And we start off with the core of what will eventually become the main party, with our main hero, Alistair and Morrigan. So let me just zoom out here, take a look around. This is a pretty small area, so I think we're good. Let's head out. Gather your party and venture forth. Yes. Okay, welcome to the world map. And since this is the first time we've seen it, I'll take the opportunity for a few minutes to describe the land to you so that you have a sense of geography as we wander around. This whole area here is known as the land of Ferelden, and the game started off here at the Circle Tower, which sits on an island of rock on top of Lake Calenhad. And from there we traveled down this road here to Ostagar, which is actually it's right there. And after being rescued by Flemeth, we are now here in the midst of the wilds. And so from here, we'll be traveling all over the place. You can see that there are various locations. For now, we are restricted with traveling only to the town of Lothering. But as soon as we're finished with that, we'll be out of the bottleneck and be able to go where we wish. And I'll have you guys help me decide where to go and in what order. Surrounding Ferelden is the Amaranthian Ocean, which is off to the east. To the north is the Tevinter Imperium, which once conquered Ferelden many centuries ago, but has since pretty much deteriorated into just a few lands to the north. And to the northeast is the land of Antiva, which we'll be hearing about later. And to the west is both the dwarven underground lands beneath, I should say, the Frostback Mountains. And above ground to the west is the land of Orlais, which up until about 30 years ago had also claimed Ferelden as their own. So Ferelden is well known with foreign oppression. And people such as Terran Logain are very, very suspicious and paranoid when it comes to foreigners in their land because of their experiences. Now, for the next chapter, we'll be traveling to Lothering. But for now, we'll be setting up camp. Okay. Welcome to the campsite. And this is basically a place where you can, well, as you can expect, rest and recuperate. Right now it's, not too much to look at. We just have two companions, so Alistair is here by the main camp. And Morrigan, being the incredibly social butterfly she is, has set up a completely different camp where she can be all by herself. So this is a place, like I said, where you can basically take stock, you can swap out items, equip yourself for the next task at hand. It's also a good place to give gifts because unlike when you're traveling around with only certain party members, all the party members are accessible when you're at camp. So you can just, scroll through them like this and give them equipment or present them with gifts. Most gifts are, like the tribal necklace here, are mostly just standard gifts. You can get multiple copies of them. Certain gifts will have give you bonus approval depending on if you use them on the right companion. And if you give the same companion multiple gifts of the same type, it will gradually have less and less effect. So it's not so... you can't really spam gifts in order to give approval. You have to kind of change it up. And most characters will have one or two what are called plot gifts, or plot items. And when you give those gifts, they actually have story consequences, and have to do with the character's own personal arc. And so between the major locations, I will be stopping at this camp. Basically, for the most reason that you can do a lot of character interactions, which is something that I like. I know it's not perhaps exciting for everyone who's watching, so feel free to skip the long dialogues at camp if you wish. But for those who, like me, actually enjoy doing a little conversations just for their own sake, the campsite is the place where you'll find it. So I'm going to do this in order of how we met, so talk with Alistair first.